Right, literally just turned up to this one. Got water coming out of the boiler. The lady said that it's been flying out. Obviously we've got pressure still in the boiler, so I'm not suspecting it's going to be on the heat inside. So we'll get the case off now. Right, case is off. Okay, wow. Okay, so that sump looks like it's either that or it's this seal here, one of the two. I'll investigate that in a minute. Let's try and have a look at the water first. See where this is coming from. Ah, there we go. If you can see that very fine little jet there. So it's that manifold that's gone. So cool. So we will get that swapped out. Right, so I'm going to come back and check all this over after. I've got a feeling it's coming from this seal here, which I've got one in the van, which is not a major problem, and potentially this rusting has come through from potentially the condense backing up, because that doesn't look too clever on the condense. So what I've done so far is I've isolated flow and returns, and I've isolated the cold mains. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to get this condense strap out. I'm going to start disconnecting the hot outlet, the flow pipe there, and then disconnecting the bypass pipe, which is here, and the hot water sensor there, and start getting that unit out. I haven't done one of these for a long time, so yeah, we'll get into it and get involved. This bypass joint is always the worst, so I've obviously undone that, undone the plate screw and the screw right at the back in that gap there, and it's free, but it's just always the bypass pipe just really does just make this difficult. Just grips on, I don't know why, but yeah, it's got like some sort of death grip on it, but yeah, I'll keep levering it out of the way, and I've got a big screwdriver just to try and lever it out, so I just need 2 hands for that. Bit of perseverance and keep levering it off like I was, and it's now off of that bypass, which is good. So now I just need to get the damn thing out. I'll come back when I have. So yeah, so it's very common for these to split. Now, always just a little lesson for anybody, these fibre washers, just replace them. Don't even think, oh yeah, that'll be all right, I'll get away with that, because you won't. They just always tend to leak, so yeah, swap them over. And this is the new one. It comes with all the seals in there and stuff like that, so I'll get it opened up and start getting the seals back in. So I've got it all out. So now I'm going to swap over these seals and put in some new clips into the new one. Right, so got it all out. Going to take these seals off, swap them over, put them all back into here, put the clips back in, and then put it back into place. Right, so the new manifold is all made up, all new seals, put the plate seals in there, so little tip, you just silicone them up and they should just hold in. So yeah, now I need to just get that back into place again. So we're all back in, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to introduce the cold mains, at least then we can see if there's any more leaks. So I've just introduced that slowly. Cool, so we're all filled back up again. Another thing I'm going to do just before I go is I'm going to recharge the expansion vessel, and I'm just going to leave my hose connected. Don't know if anybody else does this, even though I'm working outside, I'd still put it into a bucket. I don't know why, it's just a habit. As expected, nice. And for anybody asking, this is a Makita DMP 180Z, which I got from Screwfix, and I've had it for a long time now. It's just brilliant. So I'll fill it slightly over, so then when I disconnect it, it loses that little bit that I've over pressurized. So done that. Now I can just close this off. I'll leave my hose connected just in case. And obviously before I fire it up, I'll put this back in, but I just want to double check it all. So we're all back up and running, and what I am going to do now, I've just got inside and just turn the thermostat up because obviously we're outside in a cupboard. I'm now going to run some water through just in a little bucket, just through the flue, and then that way it'll come in, wash through here, and then I can check that the trap is going to be holding and make sure that it's not leaking or at all or anything like that. Lovely, so I've just ran a load of water through it, as you can see it bubbling there. The other side filled up and then it's now siphoned away, as you can see at the bottom. So yeah, lovely. Now have a check over this bit here, check that red seal before I go. The typical, barely put the analyzer anywhere near the red seal and it's failed, so all has been switched off. I'm going to get all of this obviously out, and then what I'll do is I will take this out and I'll renew that seal as well, because I think that is the cause. It doesn't look like it. Well, to be honest, this looks like a new heat exchanger to me, so that's why I'm not overly concerned that it's the sump gone or anything like that. And it doesn't look like it's gone at all to me. It just looks like something's been leaking off potentially here.